and welcome to Nintendo Treehouse Live. My name is Riona, the Rambunctious, and I'm joined today by Ethan, the Enthusiastic, and Brandon, the Bodacious. And today we are going to be showing you WarioWare Get It Together, new WarioWare title that's coming to Nintendo Switch. A lot of fun, very exciting. And Brandon, why don't you tell us a little bit about WarioWare?
I am so excited to talk about WarioWare and share this game with everybody. So, this is a new WarioWare game, and here's what we're going to do. Part of the fun of any new WarioWare game is the surprise factor. So there's a lot of cool stuff in this game, and we're going to show you a little bit of it. This will be a micro segment to match the micro games of WarioWare Get It Together.
Cleverly done, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. We're going to dive into story mode here and show you just 3 quick levels in this story mode. This is just a very small taste. So as you can see, I've played through a little bit of this already. So this is kind of returning to story mode. You can see my high score off on the right there, showing how well I've done in the past. So we're going to hop into Wario's intro games here. And right away, you can see some very different cool stuff happening in this WarioWare game.
Character selection.
Playable characters. So I have a variety of characters here. This is just who I've met so far, just early on in the adventure. So I'm going to start with Wario, of course, that makes sense, and play as Cricket and 18 Volt as well.
So you're like building a team of 3.
Yeah, you get to pick sort of a small crew to take with you into these micro games, and they all control differently. And well, I'll let the visuals do the talking.
Yeah.
And you, Ethan.
And for anyone who's not familiar with micro games, they're basically these little bite-sized games, really fast, really hectic, really chaotic, and the goal is to finish them as quickly as possible before the time runs out.
Yep.
But part of the fun is figuring out what exactly you have to do. So
Right.
Hypnotize here.
Yep. And each micro game has a way to succeed, and if you don't do that specific thing, you will lose one of your little life bars down below, as you can see. But we're already seeing, though, the different characters, and this is new to the WarioWare series. The different characters behave and act differently and have different abilities. So young Cricket, there we just saw, has the ability to jump high. We've got 18 Volt here throwing these discs from his head. And that's going to change the way that you play the same micro games.
Right.
Different characters are going to play them differently.
And you never know who you're going to get. So it's always, completely random. Maybe you are really familiar with the game, you're used to playing with a certain character, but now you have a completely different character.
Right. So you pick the 3, but then you don't really have control over which character is going to play which stage.
Indeed. I knew it.
Brandon is just knocking it out of the park here.
Yeah.
I'm in a few. Everybody quiet. I have to focus. No talking for the rest of the segment. Oh, okay.
You can do it.
And I love the different art styles that are on display.
You definitely need to expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's fun, when you win, there's a different animation. When you lose, there's a different animation.
Right.
And both are super wacky and fun to look at. Like, I love this one. Look at these little Marios. Oh.
Well, it's super fun to just watch these games because, you get to pay attention to all the detail that's happening on the screen. Whereas when you're playing, we're really focused on trying to succeed. So, it's maybe only in repeated playthroughs that you get to see those details. But
Yeah, I appreciate you guys helping explain what's happening because I'm entering a fugue state the longer I play these micro games.
So now Brandon has made it to the boss level of Wario's level, and this is a little bit longer than the other micro games, as you can see. Each level will have a different boss level, obviously. Since this is Wario, you can see you've got the garlic volcano in the background.
sure.
Yeah, Cricket controls very differently than, say, 18 Volt or WarioWare would in this stage. As Wario, I would be floating around and having a little more control and a little easier time. And as 18 Volt, I'd even be stationary and only have to worry about hitting my target. But here, I actually have to actively move Cricket around platformer style, which is very different for a WarioWare game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you'll find, some characters are, really well suited to some stages and will make that stage a cinch. And then, another character, based on their particular ability, might have, a little bit more of a challenge on that stage. So again, it adds that extra layer, not knowing what to expect.
Okay, we're going to stop there.
Okay.
Very nice,
A
Brandon.
brief break in the action.
Because in a first-time playthrough of story mode, you would actually get to the boss micro game and then back out and get to explore other levels. If you return, you get to just keep playing and see how high your score can get.
Right.
So instead of playing more and revealing more of those micro games, we're going to save that for you guys for later. And we're going to hop into a different level here. We'll play Mona's
I love
games.
Mona.
Mona.
Actually, Brandon, I don't want you to have all the fun yourself. So do you mind if I hop in here as well?
Would not mind at all. In fact, that's
right.
one of the other cool features of this WarioWare game, is that 2-player has been added. So there's co-op mode where you and I can both play together. So I'm going to turn on 2 players here.
Awesome. And so right now we're playing on one system with 2 Joy-Cons, but we
Right.
could also play together local co-op. You know, if I had my Nintendo Switch Lite with me, I could connect to you, we could play together. And dibs on Mona. Yes.
I think that's fine. I'm going to play as Wario again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one other cool thing about 2-player mode is there are some characters that are built for 2 players, like Dribble and Spitz.
Right.
So we can each control Dribble and Spitz, who have very similar moves,
Right.
but are 2 completely different characters for player 1 and player 2. So I'm going to pick 18 Volt again.
Yeah, so
We'll try
Dribble
again.
will always shoot to the right, and Spitz will always shoot to the left.
Riona, are you ready?
I am so ready.
I don't know if you guys are ready. We'll see, though.
Oh, I was born ready.
And this adds, even another layer, kind of. There's going to be 2 players on screen at the same time,
Dribble and Spitz.
each with their own abilities. And you have to, it's hard, here because you have to work together and make sure you're not at cross purposes. Talking, communicating is important.
Stay away from those dust bunnies.
Oh,
So
God.
we can see Wario's got his, he's got a jetpack, I guess, and he's got his dash he can do. Meanwhile, Krygor can kind of swim through the screen like you saw. Now we've got 18 Volt, and Mona can ride her scooter and then throw a boomerang. So there's again lots of differences in the way the characters behave. You guys are
Such
acing
quick
this.
work.
Yeah, wow.
Nicely done.
Yeah, there's so much variety in how these games are presented. The normal loop is completely different now that there's playable characters.
And you'll see the Mona's level, the theme is kind of everyday life.
Yep.
So she's got, just the, gotta get that away. Yeah.
Nicely done, guys.
I love that guy. Yeah, we've got little dusters down below that represent our lives.
Yep.
Some craziness going on in the background.
Yeah, so much detail to
Oh,
notice.
God. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Okay, I use my boomerang. Yeah.
Well done. Very nice.
And I love the different options there are to play 2-player, right? So you can be doing this via your same system like you guys are doing, sharing 2 Joy-Cons, or you can be doing local wirelessly, on 2 different systems.
Artist forbidden.
Watch out.
Watch out. Oh, God.
Oh,
Nice.
I claim this
Nice.
one.
Don't get chomped.
This hole was made for me.
Yeah, you can see Mona's constantly moving there, so puzzles like that can be a little tricky if you're supposed to get in one specific spot.
Oh, Tiny, get rid of the spider.
We did.
Wow.
Oh.
Nicely done.
Okay, we're going to stop there. We're going to
Okay,
stop there.
Okay.
that's enough.
Again, there's a lot of really
Yeah.
cool stuff in here. We
There's
do
a
not
lot.
want to spoil too much.
It's hard to stop though. You get in such a rhythm.
I know.
really
Yeah,
is.
like I said, you enter the WarioWare fugue state, which there is no known treatment for, unfortunately.
Just more
you just have to keep
WarioWare.
playing more WarioWare. Yeah. So there's one more thing we want to show you here. It is a very cool returning element to WarioWare, and that is 9 Volt's level.
Yes.
9 Volt is the Nintendo fan of WarioWare's crew.
Yep.
And in this game, like in other WarioWare games, 9 Volt has built some games based on Nintendo classics. These are very, very cool, and we do not want to spoil all those. So we're going to show 3 of these, just to give you a taste, to
Yep.
give you an idea of what these are like. I don't know which 3 they're going to be because the game likes to shuffle them.
I know
So-
which ones I want them to be.
yeah.
We'll see.
Well, we'll see if we get them. So Riona and I will hop in here and tackle 3 of these Nintendo classic
All
microphones
right. So you're
together.
gonna
I will
each
play.
pick your 3 characters again.
I will play as 9 Volt since this is his level.
Nice.
Right.
And
Do
I
Dribble
will-
and Spitz?
Yeah, let's do Dribble and Spitz again and 18 Volt.
And one thing I
I've
like
got
about
his,
co-op.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. One thing I like about co-op is that, even if one of us fails or loses, the other one, as long as the other one wins, then
Yep, that's right.
it's a success.
That's a
You
good
can see
point.
we're skipping the cutscenes as well. We don't want to ruin any of those cool character moments
Yeah.
for you guys.
Find a ghost.
Find
God.
ghost.
Where's Ghost? Yes.
Got him. Yeah, you can see his 9 Volt. I'm always
Yeah.
moving on a skateboard.
Deliver.
Oh, God. Oh, this one's always... Oh,
You got this. Come on.
Yes!
Nice. Nicely
you're welcome,
done.
Fauna.
Okay, what's the last one? What's the last
Okay,
one?
what's
Oh, what is it
our
gonna
last one gonna be?
Oh,
man,
God.
okay.
Ice climber. Come on, get up there.
You can do it. Woo! Oh, yeah.
Oh, nicely done.
That's all we're going to show of the Nintendo games in 9 Volt's level.
I
for
want
now.
to play more.
I know.
Yeah.
There's a lot here. There's a lot to do,
So
but
much
I don't
more.
want to spoil the surprise for everybody. So that's it for this quick look at this micro segment to match the micro games of WarioWare. Get it together. Cannot wait for everybody to get their hands on this and play it later. It's going to be very, very cool. So
A lot of fun. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining us today.
Wait.
And
one more thing. I can't let us end this segment until all of us have given our best.
No.
Wah.
Yes.
We're doing this? For
We
real?
are doing
I
it.
mean this. I'm not letting anybody leave. I will
Brandon.
hold you down in your chair until you do this. So, I'm going to kick it off, right? Okay.
Please do.
Wah!
Wow.
It's very satisfying.
That was
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you.
Not gonna forgive you for that.
Now we can end the segment.
Okay. WarioWare Get It Together is coming out on September 10th, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Please stay tuned for more Nintendo Treehouse Live, and coming up next is Metroid Dread.